Well, let's get this show on the road. Hello everybody, I am Lubber, actually a senior commentator for Command & Conquer 4. Thought I'd test my wings on StarCraft 2 a bit. Do play the game quite a bit, but my first ever VOD for StarCraft 2. So in the bottom left we have our yellow Terran wingnut. Top right we've got our red Protoss Moj. I'm gonna call him Moj for this. And watch the game, it's alright. Just got it off the popular replay list, and it's got a standard 9 pylon by Moj. Expect to see, hopefully, just standard stuff by Wingnut. Looks like a standard 10 supply depot, so nothing too cheesy yet. And you saw some of the banter. They're actually playing some custom games together. This is two 2000 level diamonds. One's 2000, one's 2200. So, and you got Wingnut complaining, taking a thing out of my book. And standard 12 and 12. And we got an early scout by, regular scout by Moj. Looks like no scout by Wingnut yet. Starting his refinery, so no double refinery, so, you know, nothing too cheesy, not gonna see any 2-star port Banshee or anything. Water. It's delicious. We got our assimilator up for Moj. Another pylon up at 16, so standard play. And Moj just gonna do a little bit of harassment with this probe. Down to 20 health. It's gonna go back to the mineral line. And Moj is one getting there, worried probably about a surround. Got a marine being produced, so that'll probably be able to chase away this probe. Got our orbital command at 15 and with the marine, and we got our cybernetics core going down for Moj. And I think this probe probably isn't gonna make it. 16 health. Ooh, very good block there by Wingnut, and so we got 4 health. Oh, too late on the SCV. Could have taken one of these guys off gas and one hit that probe, and this probe will live another day. You got some nice little friendly banter there, and we just finished our cybernetics core, and we got a stalker and warp gate coming out. Chrono boost continuing to be used on the Nexus, but it was used, but no probe produced for a while, so a little bit of waste there. And it looks like he's actually chronoing the warp gate out, and looks like we got some 3 racks play by Wingnut. We got a reactor going down the first one, so I expect to see it being a little bit more marine heavy. And looks like we've got our robotics facility going down for Moj, so probably looking for a 1 or 2 gate robo into an expansion, get a couple of mortals out, some gateway, and then get that expansion out, as is quite standard. Either that or we might see some 1 base Colossus play. And you do see we're quite heavy on the Marines, but we got 2 tech labs going down, so it looks like we're going standard, but with the reactor going down first, we will have a little bit of extra Marine in our first push, so we'll see how that goes. And double upgrades going down. We got Stim and combat shields going down, and still only on 1 gas, so it looks like this is going to be kind of a stronger timing push. See, we're not producing anything out of this one, but check the money. It went down to pretty much 0-0 there, so this is a very well-timed build and quite expensive. Looks like we are getting that expansion out. We do have our second gateway, and observer going first. A lot of people opt for that observer first. And we just got our, Sentry Zealot Stalker. Not enough to deal with this, but with warp gates out, you can get a few units out pretty fast. And actually getting a Robo Bay. Not sure how I feel about this, trying to get a Colossus out and an expansion. I don't think he's going to be able to hold very well against any sort of push Wingnut does, because both of these things are very expensive tech paths or fast expansion. They're both quite expensive, and they don't pay off for a while. One Colossus will never do it. You need a couple. And even if you get your expansion up, until you start mining from it, it's not useful. And Maj does see this push going out, so perhaps a cancel of one of these, but it looks like they both are going to finish. No Immortal coming. We do have a lot of Chrono Boost, so maybe chronoing out this Colossus, and I don't know. Check the army tab. We've got quite a big difference in army here, and both stim and combat shields are nothing, so I'm not sure if this little force is actually going to pull probes, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. And we've got some nice force fields there, but only able to trap about 3 Marines, and looks like so far Maj has lost about 8 probes, and this army still isn't dead, so. And reinforcements coming in, and it looks like Maj is going to be forced to retreat. Might lose this Nexus, and Colossus coming out, but there is no range upgrade, so if these Marauders stim up and try to take it, it probably will go down. Fire, fire. Oh, Colossus not able to get up the ledge. And that is a big hit on Maj. He's got no army, and this expansion looks to be going down. Maj looks like he's trying to take a few peg shots, almost able to take out that Marauder, but he's going to have to wait for reinforcements, and this expansion looks to be going down. Go back to the production tab, we've got an Immortal on the way, but that's not going to be enough. Meanwhile, Wingnut is actually getting a starport up with a reactor on the factory. He's probably going to be doing a little bit of a switch over there, get some medevacs out. And Wingnut actually opting to pull back, not to at all work on a contain. Maybe set up 1 or 2 bunkers would be nice to throw down nice contain. Or even try and push up. I mean, there isn't very many units up here. You only have 1 sentry at the moment, so you only have to worry about that force field once. Interesting decision, but we are seeing both Ghost Academy, and there it is. We're getting our command center. And check out the army. We still do have quite a bit of a lead for Wingnut. We look at the units lost tab. This is very, very, very important. Units lost by Wingnut, 850 resources compared to 2,600. That shows, you know, the power of an early push against Protoss, especially if Protoss is underprepared. The units are very expensive, and if they go down, they go down. There's not much you can do to stop that. And looks like we do have our 2 medevacs out there, so I'm probably looking to make another little push now he's got the medevacs out there. Opting to re-expand quite early before the units. If he tries and push it again, it's not gonna go well for Maj. And you see, he still doesn't have that range upgrade. He's been opting to get these Immortals out, so interesting to see how this goes. Looks like Wingnut sees the Observer and decides to pull back. Maybe he's worried, but if you check the income tab, big difference here. 7 Harvester difference, and he's already on 2 base with Orbital Command on the way, so not sure how that's going to go. I'm not sure about this decision to opt for the Ghost Academy, though, since he did see the Robotech. And Colossus, the shields aren't a big deal. Generally, Colossus aren't being target fired anyway at the back of an army, but maybe just for these sentries and Immortals it'll help a bit, but usually you see Ghost Academy out more often when you have a High Templar tech out. So, like, see how this goes. Both players on 2 base now, but still maintaining the big lead of Harvesters. Also, with Mules getting out there, he's got a big advantage on the income. And he is getting tanks now, which is a little bit interesting. Definitely nothing wrong with getting tanks, but definitely a little bit different than your standard bio Ghost play. And you see that Thermal Lance upgrade just starting for Protoss, quite late on that, but... And we do have a Twilight Council out. Curious to see, maybe we'll try and see some Dark Templar out, if he's being desperate and trying to get a win off that, or if he's just going ready to get Charge or Blink, but nothing from it yet. We do see this push movement now, and Stim went off, but hasn't engaged yet. Some nice force fields there, kind of, Wingnut actually split his own army there, through the force field, so he did lose a few units there, but he is probably going to be able to take out this Nexus. You see Protoss going in. 20 health on the Nexus. Oh my. And he's not going back for it, so quite a bad not a bad push, but a push on for Wingnut there. Did very little damage. Actually loses a full medevac of Marauders there. So if we check out the units lost tab, Maj is actually in the lead in that regard now, but still quite behind on the income section. You do see 9, 12, 13 Harvester difference. It did look like he lost quite a few probes in that last engagement. I even saw an EMP going off on the probe line, so if you check out the gassed harvested, that's where you see probably the biggest difference. So, but if you do notice this, he's got 17 SCVs on only 6 mineral patches that are mostly out. So if he did transfer, he would be much better off, but he is almost saturated on both bases, whereas we've got 17 over here as well, but this guy's running on all 8, and you've only got about 14 on this, so you might want to transfer over since, you know, these mineral patches are bigger and fuller and not running out. I'd like to see him taking his 3rd expansion. Yes, he is. So maintaining some sort of lead, taking down his destructible rocks. So you have, I think he got you up to about here, so I think you might see these few units on the side here and actually be able to see what he's doing. But we do have the observer out now, so we will. And actually a sensor tower going down. So this goes down, he's able to instantly see both this expansion as well as these units here. So I'd like to see how he does that. Oh, another EMP going off. Ghost manages to survive, and it looks like both these Immortals and about half of this Stalker Zealot army as well as one of these sentries are low on shields and energy for now. And we're not actually opting to take this gold expansion, actually taking it before, you know, the Protoss player, and it looks like these medevacs are just hanging in the corner here looking to make another little drop. And depending on what happens here, I expect to see him try and drop here, these army pull back, and they'll try and take out probably this gold nexus. And yes, very early spotting due to these pylons here. The preemptively run away instantly. About, well, all the bio army Wingnut rolls over. And is this going to be cancelled? Yes, it is cancelled at the last second. Both medevacs get away with a few Marauders left. He's now, I think he maybe lost 1 or 2 units in that whole drop. And actually a Phoenix on the field now, so that's a little bit interesting. Probably just trying to take off these drops, probably pick up some of these tanks, but interesting to see how that works out. And we do see the transfer now by Wingnut, so, and we do have an AFK mule. I'm not sure how I like using a mule on one of these empty patches, especially when you already have a gold up, but I guess that works fine. And oversaturation on these on the natural expansion for Wingnut, whereas we've got nowhere close to saturation over here, and we still have, looks like, what's that, 20 probes on 1 mineral patch over here. So let's see how long these stay AFK. This is not actually very good by Mod. She's got AFK probes, quite a lot of them, and you can just check out the income tab, and you know, leading by 11 harvesters and over tripling the mineral income. I think that is, oh, big engagement now. EMP's going off, almost the whole army without shields. Tanks finally sieging up, and the Immortal's doing quite a bit of damage to the tanks, but they are both out of shields now, so I'm not sure how this is going to be able to pan out. Colossus almost low on, almost dead. Single Viking taking out the 1 Colossus, and these Marauders able to take